Good morning, guys. It's hot. It's gonna get hot. I'm about. Well, first I want to say something. Don't listen. My morning video. What is today? You won't get this one today. You'll get it. Not today. This is Thursday. Yeah, I think so. My morning video, and I did not have time, I'll be honest with you. Somehow I didn't, well, I don't edit anyway, so it don't matter. But my morning video on Thursday morning had a stretch of slow motion. Now, I'm blaming Cuddles. Because she was all up on top of me and everything else, and I had the camera, and I think she hit the wrong button. And that's the problem when you don't edit. See, I didn't see that, or I guess deleted it. I just wouldn't have seen it, because out of all the comments I got, there's only 3 or 4 ask about that. And I have no excuse. So I just blame Cuddles. It's her fault. She's all up on top of it and in my lap and everywhere else, and I'm trying to video, and I'm having to deal with her. Anyway, I'm about to go out and put a roll of hay out for Ivan and Miracle. I put them in, and you'll see where I put them. I put them in with the goats in the little goat pasture. And I'll tell you why I'm not letting them all out in the big pasture. We have 2 gates that go through the corral into the back pasture. So when you close them both, that becomes part of the corral. And we can move animals into the other part, or actually 3 parts. There's actually 3 parts of that corral. And we can move them, separate them, whatever we're trying to do. And that becomes the first part. Not that complicated, but anyway, because Jake had the water truck come and his truck was too wide to go through that first gate, they had to take down a portion of the fence, or the fence that come over to the gate that the gate closes on. Well, that gate is goat proof. Well, it's not goat proof now because, well, we'll talk about it here in a minute. We hadn't put that back up yet. So in the back, the second gate going through is not goat proof. They can come under it. It's up about a couple of foot off the ground, but it's cow proof, but not goat proof. So by not putting it back up, the goats could come into the front yard. So I told Jake, until we get it up, I'm gonna put the goats over in the goat pasture, and we just leave them in the goat pasture. And I put Ivan and Miracle in with them. But there's really no grazing out there at all, so I'm gonna give them a roll of hay. And so they have water and stuff, and plus I give them the cubes and their feed in the mornings. So they're good, and I'll feed them again in the evenings late. So they'll be fine. The cows in the back, I go back and I give them a couple of big buckets of cubes every morning. I haven't put hay out in the back yet. They still got a little grazing in those low places, not long, but some. I will put a roll of hay down for Billy and Granny sometime today. They're without grazing to speak of. And anyway, everybody's working. Dan's been out of town. He's back in town, but he's going and coming. Everybody's got their hands full with work going on, especially in this drought. Everything is just kind of upside down on things we're trying to do. And the heat, it's going to be 106 here today. Actual temperature. I don't know what it'll feel like. So I'm trying to get everything done early this morning. So anyway, I told Jake, I said, Jake, go ahead and ask that man, could he bring me a couple of loads of that water and put this first pond up here in the front. And that 2 truckloads should probably fill it up. And it will just last, another month or so. And that'll give us time, if we don't get the rain, to get back and and work on that fence and on the river. In fact, I could do some of it by myself without bothering people. You know, not down out in the river, going wading out there in the river or swimming with a roll of barbed wire, but I can do some. Me and Heidi and Kippy. That's my help. But that'll give us time, and I got to get the stuff accumulated stuff too. But that will refresh this little old pond here, and hopefully by then we'll get some rain. So that's our plan. If that guy brings it on Saturday, he said he might could bring it on Saturday. So we'll leave that front gate down until they get through. Then we'll put it back up. And in the meantime, they'll stay in this pen here. All right, so that's my plan this morning. I'm gonna get out and get going. You ride along with me, and see you there. Well, it's gonna be a hot job. It's gonna be a hot job up in that tractor with that air conditioner running. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hard on Papa. I love his tractor. Old Lester took care of me on this, didn't he? Whew. I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna drop this attachment off. This is what I move that old camper with. That thing that goes up inside that gooseneck hookup, that pipe right here. And I built this thing to move it. This goes up in that pipe. And I built this to move that trailer around with after I got rid of my truck that had a gooseneck hookup in it. And it works good. We don't take the trailer, you know, nowhere off the property. So this pulls it around good. And it gets cold weather, we'll go camping in it. Right now, we ain't gonna go camping. Anyway, I'm gonna get up in this thing and get going and get out there and drop that attachment off and put my spear on and come back and get a roll of hay for Ivan and Miracle and the goats. It sure is hot in here. That air conditioner, whoo! I get chills. I'm already sweating. Anyway, here's this part we took that gate down. I was trying to explain to you. Right over next to this wall, it came out about 2 foot. A little fenced wall right here. And the gate comes around and swings into it. Well, the truck couldn't get by, so we took that off. And you can get through a second gate. But this gate here is goat proof when it's closed. Well, if that little fence is up. This gate is not, because they can come underneath it. And this is one part of the crowd, the other 2 parts over there. Anyway, so we're gonna go down and change out this attachment. And I'm going to put out a roll of hay over here in the old garden area for Ivan and the goats and Miracle. And then I'll close that back up and they'll have that by themselves. This is the pond that we plan on putting water in. It should bring it up. That man told me he thought it would bring it up to the top. I don't know if it will or not, 2 truckloads. If it does, I was talking to Daniel this morning, he said, Dad, you know it's pretty deep out in the middle. I know it is, but there goes old Ben. But it'll bring it up and make it all fresh too. Hopefully, it'll bring it up a bunch. All right, I'm gonna drop this here, and I'll put it in this space right here. And this is my spear. It goes on the back of the tractor right here. And I'll pull it over and put it back on that tractor. Okay. It's easy enough to do. This here come off pretty easy too when you put it down. Okay, it's hooked up. And so I'm gonna go get a roll of hay for Ivan and Miracle. Okay. You see the grass it's all but dead now. You won't believe this, but get at least a good soaking rain, and a bunch of that will green back up. almost overnight. And that's what we're needing, a good soaker. But this old field is always the first to go in dry weather. But it'll always come back, always has. Back there in the back, you can see how it drops off way back yonder, and that's why it holds moisture longer. It's lower, and the soil is different. Now, on the high ridges back there, it will dry out and die. But it'll come back also when we get the rains. But this old field is just pure sand. And back there, it's kind of a loam soil, a little bit of clay in it even. And it'll hold moisture longer, especially in the lower areas. That's why there's still some grain back there. All right, I gotta get you going. It's getting hot. You see, I'm in a miracle out here in the shade. The goats are all laid up here in the shade. And they're going to stay in this little pasture here until we get through with the water and get that gate put back together. It's so hot today, everything's staying in the shade. We come put this roll of hay out. I'll show you where I'm trying to put it. I'm going to put it inside the garden area, but up underneath that tree so they'll have shade when they want to come in and eat. Buckets out of the way, those old cloth tomato canisters, and I'll put it right pretty close to that chair. So I just come in and sit there with them and relax in the shade. So I'm going to try to hold this camera like as you see. It's a little bit more difficult loading up from the back of the tractor, but it's okay. It's not hard. Not as easy as on the front. Okay. It's up. Now we'll go. Try to back underneath this tree. Well, I am going to back underneath this tree. There ain't no trying. And set this roll of hay off in the shade. Driving. And here. It's good enough. And there'll be goats. Goats will want to climb up on top of it and reach these leaves off this tallow tree. That's okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a little chore here while I'm here, so hang on. I'm going to take these soaker hoses, I pulled them all up, and put them in the bucket here, and take them around to my shop. It's no need to laying out here in the hot sun and animals walking on them and stuff. If we get the right kind of weather later on, I might want to put another one of them back out, maybe for a late crop of cucumbers, but we're going to have to wait and see what the weather does first. Anyway, I'm going to store them for the winter and be able to use them again next year. If you leave them out too long, you're not going to be able to use them again, I don't think. Right. This roll of hay is underneath this tallow tree. It's in the shade. It'll be in the shade most of the day. Late in the afternoon now, the sun may shine up in here. But most of the day, they're going to have shade. And they can go in here also if they want to in a stall. And I'll have my little chair out here to kind of, you know, visit with them. I always have to have a chair. Papa always has a chair somewhere. And I'm going to roll up all that hose. And the only thing I'll need over is that water trough. And I'm going to open this all up. I'll come over and get with these one day, my mule, and dump all the soil out of them and save them. And I'm going to put these right now in that bucket. Take him to the shop. Luke sees what I've done and he's ready to come in here. You know, one of these things about this tractor, it's compact as far as size goes. It's got a lot of power, but it's compact as far as size goes. And you can maneuver around in a small space like this right in here. Raise this up, get above the fence so I can make this turn easy. It's really easy to maneuver, especially with power steering. Makes a big difference. Something I ain't been used to. Yeah. Or is the air conditioner, which I haven't been used to. Okay, you see where I put it. And all this cows in there. Miracle and Ivan in there. Come on, Ivan! There's a shade up here. Water's up here. And hay. Yeah, I don't have to even call old glutton. Here she comes. Come on, son. There's hay in here. Come on. You know Papa loves you. He's gonna take care of you. Gets too hot, I'll move you in the house. Okay? I know Gigi would love that. Look over there. There's hay over there. Look at them two over yonder. Look at them, baby. Look at them. See them? Go make them get down. You're in charge. He said, I'm not going to tolerate it. I'm going to get me a drink. And I'm going to come back and kick some butts here. Them two going to fight over the king of the mountain. But Johnny ain't no pushover. Duke might have him outweigh him a little bit, but he ain't going to have an easy battle with Johnny. Put out a roll for Billy and Granny late this evening. I don't want to have to fight with them goats at the gate. Them goats, they'll all come piling out of there while I'm trying to get through the gate. I'll wait late this evening, they'll be back down at their house. And I can just drive right on through and Billy and Granny get a roll in. They've had 2 big buckets of cubes this morning, so they're okay. Come back, close this gate. The cows in the back can't come through. And I'll probably be giving them a roll hay in the next few days. We're going to get some rain. It's hot. Well, not hot in here. It's hot out there. I'm going to go ahead and get a roll of hay on here. And I'll pull over in the shade and park until this evening. Whew. It's hot. It's 102 here in the shade. Ida's telling me she's hot too. We're fixing to go back in, baby, because she just come out. I just talked to Lester. He come by. Heidi, wait a minute. Let me finish my drink. I don't know when I want to try to start that job on the river. And I said, look, it's just too hot. Stop it. I'm serious. Everybody's busy. Everybody's tied up with stuff going on. Trying to get stuff done. And Dan's been out of town and Lester's got so much going on both ends. I'm sure these kids, Jake and Bree, would show up. But they've got their hands full. Jake's trying to work in his house. Bree's got 2 little ones. She's babysitting already.
A new station alert has arrived.
I know it's hot. every little while they'll say a new station alert. It's hot. Well, I know that. I'm hydrating here. I'm hydrating. I'm going to try to clean up a little bit of this pavilion before I go in. Dust just dropped the 2 little girls off. I guess both of them. Yesterday, Carly spent the whole day at daycare. The whole day. You know, she won't take a nap here, but her mom picked her up yesterday evening, and she said, I had a sleepover today at daycare. It's evidently she had a nap. It's kind of cute. The Dakota Bear's here all day. You really don't even know Dakota Bear's here. I mean, you know she's here, because she'll come through playing and laughing and cutting up, loving on you, getting in your lap, then takes off to the toy room, gets nap time, and then she's ready. When she's ready to eat, she'll let you know. When she wants her pacifier, she'll let you know. She keeps several in the kitchen in her drawer. She'll run and open that drawer and get her a pacifier out. Now, when you know that, and you're that big, you ought to just stop sucking on that thing. But not her. I'm fixing to finish cleaning up out here, guys, or some, before I go in. I told Lester not to worry about that right now on the river. If the water I get Saturday, I'm supposed to get a tank of water like Jake did Saturday. If it don't come through, then I'll get with everybody. We'll go to the river. I've still got a couple of weeks of water left in that pond. But I'll get with everybody. We'll all get together and go down and fence it in. It's just, I hate to put everybody to a lot of work, and then we get a big rain and wash out all the work we do. But we may have to. We'll wait and see, okay? So I'm gonna cut this off. And Lester said, let me know. We ready. And I appreciate that. I truly do. I appreciate that air conditioner tractor he got me too. I love that, buddy. And I'll put some hay out after a while for Billy when them goats go back to Kim's. I'll catch you guys later. I've got it pretty well cleaned out. We got to set the stove down, get the measurement for the stove pipe to go out. We'll get that done. This is what Kim wanted. She wanted this top lever. Look here, MEX, that's all it said. And this one, I can't even tell it's upside down. I love it. It's gonna be different. I think this one is backwards. Hey, that's the way it goes, Kim. You wasn't here. I like it. It's different. It's unique, as they say. Unique. And it wasn't meant to be fancy. Well, you achieved that, Pawpaw. It ain't fancy. I didn't want it fancy. Anyway, this table will come out once we move that little stove. Cabinet over to the B room. We'll go over here underneath that window. This is all the stove pipe down here. It'll all come out naturally. There'll be 2 stools here. These 2 stools. This one is the one I'm sitting on. Will sit right here in case someone wants to eat. That little grill will be moved. And my lights here. My lanterns all work. Got 2 lanterns up here. That one over there works. So really just setting the stove and getting our stove pipe through and then decorating. And that's all we got left to do. There's still a lot, huh? You know, I've got a lot of the stuff cleaned up. I got a load of stuff on the back of my mule to carry it to the dump. I got to move these old brick I'm not going to use. Those are busted brick. I'll move them. That's a grill I got to put together when I have time. No time. Got all the tools I'm going to need or probably need on this table. I've got to move this mortar mix out to my shop, get it off of here. I don't need it. I'll move all the paint that I don't need. Some of this paint will wait till we get completely through. So we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Then I can kind of set everything up like it goes out here, and we'll be back in shape. I like this fan, Pawpaw. All right, guys, I'm gonna cut this off, get it out to you. If you like it, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Share it with somebody, even with your enemies. Share it with your enemies. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoy it. We'll catch you guys later. Y'all take care. And don't forget, Papa loves you. Catch you guys later.